Yeah, we've been working for many years on specific enzymes that can cleave DNA and rejoin the ends at the same time. And we've managed to reprogram these enzymes so that they can bind to specific sites. And the site that we decided to bind to is the HIV genome, so that it can cut out the virus from infected cells. One has to know that proviruses infect the cells and become part of the genome of the cells themselves. And so far it has been impossible to cure an HIV infection because one cannot get rid of this integrated virus. And our idea was to repurpose and to change the enzyme so that it can find the virus in the cells and cut it out and thereby cure the cell from the infection, and that's exactly what we managed to do. Yeah, so one has to know that this, of course, is not a pill that one could take. This is a relatively high-tech medicine. It's a gene therapy. So what it would mean is that cells from an infected patient would have to be isolated. We would then have to bring the enzyme into the cells with a transfer vector, and the cells would then be transferred back to the original patient, so the person would get its own cells back. And of course this means that it's relatively expensive therapy at the moment, at least. But if it works, we think that it would be a very feasible way of treating the patients. And if the first clinical trials that we're planning to start soon are successful, then we hope that we would have therapy available within 5 to 10 years. So we're at the moment at a very exciting time because what we are able to do now, we are developing the tools right now so that we can change the genome for therapeutic purposes. And of course this opens up very many new possibilities to treat diseases that so far have been not been treatable. But of course we have to understand also that there comes with risk, like with every new technology. And I think it is very important that we find, we have to discuss this in the society to find ways to what do we want to allow. It's probably okay with many people to say we want to be able to treat diseases that were untreatable so far, but of course one could also use these technologies for other purposes, and most people of course will not agree that one should be able to go into the germline with this to make designer babies, and therefore there has to be a consent within the society, in my view, to make clear regulations of what we want to allow with this technology and where do we want to set the boundaries.